We're now looking at two processes that may or may not be required during the earthworks process, wetting and drying. So you can see that wetting and drying can happen at many stages. So it can be before you do the hauling while the material is still in place, after it's been laid in the fill area, or just prior to compaction. So the reason why you might wet or dry it is if the soil is too wet or too dry. You'll have seen this before, the standard compaction curve. When the soil is in the optimum moisture content, it's going to compact down to its maximum density, and it's going to be stronger than as strong as can be. NZS 4431 specifies that the soil should be no more than 2% wetter than than the OMC, and no less than 4% drier. Anything outside of that line means that it needs wetting or it needs drying. The wetting is done by a water cart. So you've got a water cart here. It's really just a water tank mounted on a truck. There's water in there, and there's a pump. So as the truck is going along, the pump starts up, it pumps water out through these nozzles here and spreads the water. So the truck moves along at a constant speed, and he gets constant wetting over the whole site. And then obviously the water settles down into the ground and wets up the soil down to a certain depth. You can also use a water cart to keep dust down. So you'll see that in the middle of summer they'll have the water cart going over top of the roads in particular, just to try to keep the dust down to reduce the nuisance. Drying, obviously the opposite thing. You want to get water out of it, and we use that solar drying and wind. So what you do is the top layer of the soil is obviously going to dry in the wind and the sun, but the soil underneath may still be wet. So what you've got to do is you've got to regularly turn the soil to expose the wet material underneath and allow that to dry as well. So what you'll do is you'll have the tractor with the discs moving to and fro regularly, just turning the soil, letting it dry, turning the soil, letting it dry, until you reach the appropriate moisture content, and then you can compact it and shape it.